We should. I hope if it's over 2 hours, I'm leaving on the spot. I'm just gonna drop the mic and leave. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah. I mean, there's only just so much my attention span goes, like, regardless of whether or not I have things to do. Sitting at a desk and talking about stuff. Structured content for over 2 hours is pretty taxing on the brain. Okie dokie. Yeah, that would be actually fucking fantastic. But I know you can't do that, so empty promise. I know you pretty well, and I know you don't know lizard men. Alright. Yeah, I guess your channel's dead. You virgin simp. So is the background you sent me the Spartan guy? Spartan man? Because you just sent me a link to the doc. Oh. Yeah, I think there's a lot going on. I think let's do the big Spartan boy. Because I think we'll just sit nicely on his shoulders and there's not like loads of text going on everywhere. So I'm literally just gonna save it as Spartan boy. Alright. Oh, we should be. I got an email that said your channel's now live and everything says we're live, so yeah, I'm hoping my connection holds up. I know my brother's downstairs working, but you know, I'm plugged in and I'm running off fiber, so hopefully we'll have to wait and see, I guess. That's... Oh, look at you. You did IT things. Yeah, I don't... I'll have a look as well. Just refresh. I've had this tab open for years. I mean, it says we're live. Fans calling. Video link. I can see us, dude. I think yours is just being a bit bum. But yeah, so just my time frame is I think I need to leave like at 6. So we literally, yeah, we have like 2 hours. If it starts getting close to that, you know, we just need to start speeding through stuff a little bit quicker. You know, it is what it is. Yeah. Right. We're in the game. We are now available as Halo Infinite shoulder pads. You heard it right, folks. There's content coming to the game. Folks. Well, because folks isn't really an English word. It's like an American word, so I just said it like an American. Really? You're coming through on OBS, so I'm confused as to why that would be. Let me have a look on. Output device, it's set to the... Oh, wait, hang on. No. How do I have this set normally? Do I have to set the output device on Discord to the I show you audio capture? But then so does... But then the multi-output device that I have it set to has the I show you audio capture in it for the multi-output. So I'm confused to why that's not working. My input's the Elgato wave, that's fine. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's coming through on my OBS every time you speak. I haven't got it muted. So I don't really know.
It's weird. I'm coming through. There's like I'm hearing like bits of my voice.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Is that working now?
I haven't done anything.
Oh, well, I can hear myself now.
Well, I literally haven't changed a single setting, so...
Yeah, as soon as you left the settings thing, it started working.
Oh.
Which is going to be really annoying, so I'm not going to be able to tell if... like the start was having issues again.
I mean, I guess anyone in chat. I mean, just make sure... I mean, if it's working and you can hear yourself, there's really no reason why it would just suddenly collapse in on itself, right? But I was about to say, I didn't see anything going wrong from my end, so I'd be a little confused as to what it would be.
And I sound fine. I've sounded fine to you this whole time coming through Discord, yeah?
Yeah,
okay. It'd be nice if there was just like an audio bar, if I could see if it was moving rather than having to listen to it, but there's not. In the
well, I'll just stay quiet and you can just listen to yourself now.
Control room. Nah, it's just so I could like pop in and out like during the stream, so I can check that there's nothing going on.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to fiddle around with anything now, so. And I didn't fiddle around with anything, so I'm confused as to why it just suddenly started.
Okay, all right, well, I'll just have to get started like that. That's, you know...
Sure you didn't have it on mute?
Huh?
Sure you didn't have it on mute and you were just hearing me?
I'm positive. You think I'm just acting at the moment. I'm just trying to cover up the fact that I had it on mute.
No, like you... Yeah. I wouldn't put it past you.
No, it was coming through in drabs before, like half a second drabs. I don't know why, and then now it's just magically working.
Sweet, magic.
Because you wouldn't be able to hear me if I had anything on mute.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I meant like you had like the YouTube thing on mute, and like you could hear me live through Discord, and you were just like, I can't hear myself.
Oh no, I didn't.
Okay, good. Because that would.
Well, let's get jingling then. And we'll get moving with this.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, we're good to go.
Wonderful. Okay. Hello, team. This is the Quick Resume podcast, and this is also episode 67. That's a lot of episodes. Welcome back. Hello. Hope you've had a good week. We've had to delay 2 weeks in a row now. Because last week we were together, us two pals, having the best of times. And this week I had a wedding to go to, so we've had to schedule it into Monday at the end of our work day, which means, you know, we're going for cozy podcast energy, wouldn't you say, Tim?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I didn't. I had a really chill day at work today because I've been kind of ill since about Wednesday last week, which is why
Ew.
I said I couldn't do it when we were trying to squeeze it in sometime last week. I was like, I'm just not available. Yeah, I just had like a sore throat and a headache for like 3-4 days now, or 4+ days now. And as always, it's tradition. I get sick when I'm off. I get sick when I have plans. It's just how the fucking world works, and I've gotten used to it at this point. So, although I do think it was like because we went quite hard on the weekend, and like there was just a lot of alcohol consumed, not much sleep, all that sort of stuff, and I think my body was just a little bit more defenseless than it normally is, and let in an illness or two.
I slept like a log on Monday night after you had all fucked off.
Yeah,
I
same.
passed out, man.
Yeah,
I went to bed like 9:30. I haven't gone to bed that early since probably being like 4 years old.
Yeah, no, I think I went to bed at like 9:30 as well. Yeah, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Yeah, my eyes were just getting so heavy, just like watching YouTube. So yeah, I've been a little poorly boy the last few days, but pretty much over it now. I just didn't really want to strain my voice, my sore throat and stuff. So, but yeah, other than that, I'm good.
Rad. Well, okay. Well, we've got a lot of news to cover today because, we're going to try and we want to go over some of the stuff that's happened in the last 2 weeks because some of it really, I can't not talk about it. And some interesting stuff has happened in the last week as well. But before we do, if you're new here, my name is Deck and I am joined by the wonderful
Tim.
Only
I'm
one
Tim.
adjective this time.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was like, he's doing more. Yeah.
He's doing this thing again.
Yeah, no, I'm Tim, and I've been here 67 times.
Yes. So, what have we been playing then? Shall I start?
Sure. Yeah, let's try and. I was going to say, if we've got a lot of news, let's try and keep intros quite brief. I think mine will be brief anyway, but yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Really, all I've been playing is, I think, I started Immortals Phoenix Rising. I've literally played for like 2 or 3 hours. I've been having a good time. I've been having a really good time. I think it's very fun. Doesn't take itself too seriously. It's got this cool like art style and a lot of it's quite tongue in cheek. It's clearly designed for like a younger audience, but I really don't mind that. It's just nice, quite refreshing. Combat's really fun. It does feel a bit Ubisofty, but it also has quite a lot of new stuff in it that kind of makes it feel like not so Ubisofty and stale. But it's it's fun. I'm having a good time with it. I'm excited to play more of it. But more importantly, I've been playing Immortality, and I finished it. I finished Immortality. We spoke about this. It might have even been in the last episode about the game coming to Games Pass. The Edge had given a 10 out of 10, which is only the 24th game they've ever done. Edge 10 out of 10s are very prestigious.
Yeah.
In their early reviews, and now the reviews have come out, and it's sitting on a 91 on OpenCritic.
Wow.
It's if you don't know, it's an FMV game, which is a full motion video game. So yes, it's a game with real people in it. I know that's scary. As gamers, real people can be quite scary sometimes.
I don't like it.
But it's also very. So, what's the guy's name? The main dev of the game, I can't remember. I want to say it's like Sam Barlow. I think Sam Barlow was his name. He did games, similar FMV games, like Her Story was one of them. I can't remember the one before it, but they were all well received as well, like high 80s. But this is like for sure his MO. And it's essentially the premise is that there is this person, Marissa Marcel. No spoilers, by the way. And she was an actress, and she was involved in 3 movies, but none of those movies ever released. And your kind of objective is to go around and figure out why this is the case and answer that question. And the game really gives you no direction. The game says, this is how you do it, and it comes up in like old vintage like movie clips, some of them from the film, some of them behind the scenes, some of them mixed. People will come up and be like action and close the little clicker thing. I don't know what those are called. So you see kind of, and the whole thing is that you're investigating it with a piece of technology that for the sake of the game, that when you click on something on the screen, it will take you to a scene from either that film or any of the other two films that is similar. So if you click on someone's face, it'll take you to someone's face in another, and then it'll unlock that scene. So eventually you accumulate like a big library of scenes that you can kind of funnel through and try to understand what's going on here. Where's this actress kind of gone, and why weren't these films ever released? And this is a 9.5 out of 10 from me.
Wow.
This game has some of the strongest writing and is one of the strongest mystery games I think I've ever played. It's the way it kind of blends this kind of old school film and games into one it's really special. It's not going to be for everyone because it is a bit art housey in that even though there is a through line and like a really interesting mystery and story there, it's quite hard to kind of gather all the details, because even though I finished it, I think there's still more details I'm missing, and I'm pretty sure I've got my head around the main story now. There's some very, very interesting stuff going on, and but there's so much to take in from it, and what the film has to say about cinema, about choice, about, in my opinion, this is it's so well crafted because it's going to be very subjective, about memory and sexuality and lots and lots of different things, and there are just a lot of parallels between. You can tell the game is communicating a lot, and I think those who enjoy that sort of thing are going to get so much out of this. I won't go on for much longer because we are out of time there, but I'd love to talk about this in more detail at some other point, because this was really, really a fantastic experience. I played it with my wife and we both had a really good time.
Nice.
But really big recommend if you're into if you're into like mystery games, if you're into mystery film, absolutely give it a go. I had 3 marked holy shit moments playing this game, that I will not be able to forget. So even if I wanted to. So yes, big thumbs up, big recommendation from me.
Nice, man. Wow, that sounds pretty good. So is that on Games Pass? Is it? You said
it's on Games Pass. It was day one Games Pass.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that sounds pretty special. It doesn't. Yeah, I'm not sure if it'd be my cup of tea as a sort of game, but my cup of tea does vary. So who knows? Maybe I'll dip my toes in and see what it's like. How long was it? Would you say? What was the overall time played?
If I had to guess, probably maybe 12 hours, maybe a bit less, maybe 10 hours.
Okay, it's longer than I was expecting. I was expecting you to say 6 to 8 or something. So
part of me wants to go back and do more. So there's a lot to it.
Yeah. And
on Games Pass, it's an absolute steal.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So from my end, there really isn't much. So mine would be very brief because I've been sick. I haven't really been playing many games. So just the standard Apex. Been playing that some more. Grinding on that. We played that loads last night, actually. We were on an 8 win streak on ranked and gained such a stupid amount of points. Because it's weird the way they do the ranked points this season. We finished the game and I got plus 790 somehow. Right. I just had a crap ton of kills and it doesn't cap off anymore. So I just finished the game with 790 points and went up 2 tiers. It's crazy. So that's been kind of fun. I've been playing my Switch, been playing Roguebook on that still. That's been a nice little game to play while I've been away from the house and a bit sick. It's a bit chill. Aside from that, not really too much from the gaming side of things. I've been doing a little bit of reading. I read some Marvel comics. I've been reading some Marvel comics that I bought at the Forbidden Planet that I went to in London over the weekend. It's been kind of fun.
Was it sweaty?
What,
was
London?
Oh
no, the Forbidden Planet. It's not really a convention. No, it's essentially just a massive shop. It's just a massive sort of geeky anime, comic, video game shop. It's got a couple floors to it. and it's just got like loads of merch, loads of figurines, all that kind of stuff, like a whole section downstairs for like comics and manga and all that kind of stuff.
Is it there year round? Is it just
yeah it's just a straight up shop.
Okay.
Yeah it's just there's only like a few in the UK or something, and London is the biggest one. And it was pretty cool. I was kind of expecting there to be a little bit more merch there in terms of like clothing and stuff like that. That was a bit disappointing, but yeah, there was lots of cool like niche stuff, and you know, like all those really like detailed like figurines and stuff like that of like anime characters and Marvel characters, you know, the ones that cost like £800, which were pretty awesome to look at, but never ever would I buy one. And
you got those pins, did you not?
Yeah, I found some. Well, actually, my partner found some Cuphead pins. Yeah, that's kind of expensive. Not gonna lie. They were like 15 quid for like 4 of them, but I couldn't say no because they just look so cool. And I actually sent you a little picture that I pinned Mugman and Cuphead on my bag, so that's pretty cool. I still have
how could you not?
The dice guy and the devil as well to still place. But yeah,
with the devil.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of been about it from my end. So yeah, not too much on the gaming sphere, but I've been really tempted to boot up and play on like Xbox Cloud Gaming, Octopath Traveler, but I don't want to commit to that.
That'd be a good one.
Until I finish Tales of Arise, I think. So I think just having 2 massive JRPGs on the go, I'm probably going to end up completing either of them if I try and do both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
So
you'd bleed from your eyes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, exactly. But I feel like that'd be a really good like remote play one. So yeah, that's been that. That's been me.
Cool. I think I've been listening a little bit to the stream. I've been speaking. I'm just very quiet for some reason. I don't feel like I'm usually this quiet, so maybe just whack me up like 50.
Your settings are exactly the same, but okay.
I don't know if it's just relative because you sound louder because of your new mic.
Okay. Is it better that I turn you up or turn me down?
No, you're not loud. I'm just quiet.
Okay.
I think.
All right. Okay, so you're at 280%. So should I crank you like 350? It's a 70% increase.
Maybe try like 330, just because it'll generate a bit more white noise, and I don't want to do that.
Okay. All right. So I'll crank you up a little bit. Okay.
So I can hear it a little bit. That's all right. We'll have to figure it out from there. Yes. Yeah. Tim got a new mic, so we're just going to figure out audio stuff as we go for the next week or two. But hopefully it sounds all right. Okay. So speaking of like not. Like, you know, we've been dabbling in game stuff here and there, but like a couple of honourable mentions, as I usually do before we start the show, was Gotham Knights upcoming, which we've kind of spoken about. Looking better, right? I'm better. Increasingly curious.
Definitely looking better. For me, I think the combat still seems a bit floaty and a bit weighty. I don't know. I guess that's just the style they're going for, or maybe
like the heaviness of it though.
Maybe I'm just used to the crispness and the fast pace of Spider-Man, but like sometimes it just seems a bit too floaty. Like it just seems weird. Like there's a few moments where I'm like, that just looked odd, but then there are a few moments where like the weightiness makes sense, so I can see what they're doing. But I just don't think it just. I don't know. To me, there's just something quite jarring about it sometimes.
I had noticed that some of the animations were like they were a bit snappy in the sense that you'd kind of like you know, it's not if you're out of range of someone, you'd like slide towards them. So it made some of the heavy moves feel a bit undercut them a little bit. Yeah. But overall, I'm getting increasingly curious about that game. Like the preview that came out on IGN last week was, I genuinely came away from that like, oh, that looked exciting. Yeah, actually, it looks very visually pleasing to the eyeballs as well. And when co-op, obviously, that's wonderful. Yeah, I think they're doing some like really interesting stuff with like the city. They're like, you know, in a way that I think Crackdown tried to, but fucking didn't. Yeah, they tried to make it like the city, which like, you know, kind of factions will build up and rebuild and stuff. So my eyeball is firmly on that one.
Who are you going to play?
Actually?
Let's go.
Hey, my guy.
All right, let's try and guess each other's character. I'll guess yours
What have
first.
we got? Hang on. We got Batgirl, Red Hood, fucking Nightwing. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then
Robin. Yeah. I'm going to guess you're going to be Nightwing.
Do you know, I don't actually really have an answer.
Fuck's sake, man. Why do we invest so heavily into this?
I don't know, because I don't know their kids. I would quite like...
Which is based off style, looks, and weapon choice.
Okay. Who do I like the... yeah, you're probably right. No, yeah, I probably like Nightwing the most in terms of that. I do kind of like the campiness of Batgirl, though. I don't know, something about it I just kind of like.
Interesting. What do you think mine would be?
I mean, you're not picking Robin, are you?
Why would I not pick Robin? I don't know.
Who picks Robin?
Hey, Robin's cool, man. But no, mine isn't
You
Robin.
did pick Red Hood. You like Red Hood, I'm pretty sure.
I do like Red Hood. Yeah, my choice is either Red Hood or Batgirl, I think. But Robin looks sick, man. Robin's a badass. And it's like the cool Robin too. Like he's got his hood up and he's got like the fucking massive staff.
That's true.
And stuff like that. He looks cool, man. Robin is. Have you seen Titans on Netflix? Robin's a badass when he gets older.
Yeah. I don't know the deep lore. I don't know the Robin lore.
Did you know that Red Hood? It was Robin, a different Robin.
Yes. Yeah.
Jason Todd, who started off as
Man.
Robin, and went and became Red Hood.
Yeah.
A lot of Robins
That's
in
like
that game.
the only bit of DC trivia you could have asked me, and I would have known.
I think all of them used to be Robin at some point. Robin developed into Nightwing, and then Robin is obviously Robin, and then Red Hood used to be Robin. Apart from Batgirl, the rest of them are Robin. Robin 1, 2, 3.
Fucking Joker. Is there not a timeline where Robin turns into the Joker? That'd be a good one.
There probably is. Yeah, probably.
Dr. Freeze. What's his name? Ice Boy.
Mr. Freeze.
Dr. Freeze.
It's not Dr. Freeze. It's just
Graduated.
Mr. Freeze.
Got his PhD, didn't he?
Yeah, good for him, man. He put down the gun for a few years, got his PhD, and then went back to freezing people.
It's something like unrelated as well. It's like culinary science or something.
Yeah.
You're just a really good cook behind the doors.
Loves
Okay,
cooking with
second
nitrogen.
thing, man. Yeah, that's right. Second thing was I sent you a screenshot halfway through this week.
Do we have to talk about this?
Yes, we do. Of a particular Bethesda game coming to a particular service which isn't on Xbox, and the possible implications of this, and it struck a chord, I think, didn't it?
No comment.
No comment.
No comment on a podcast.
Seething, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, as soon as I saw it on that list, I was literally just like, well, I guess we're not getting Deathloop this year. I mean, has it been officially announced a time period when now have to wait longer to receive it? Or
No, it hasn't. I just don't think there's ever been a time before where that something has been on both services. I'd happy to be corrected, but I don't think anything's ever been on Game Pass and PS Plus at the same time. Not even the revamped PS Plus, even when it just did the 2 games a month. I don't think there was ever an overlap because of the Xcloud. And now we know that PlayStation are literally paying to keep stuff off services. Like, there's not a chance. Like, this could be here for another year. Like,
I just think of how they do it. Like, there must be some kind of loophole in the contract, because they can't be offering enough money for them to just be like, sorry, Xbox. We kind of have to. There must be some kind of like, oh, we can extend if we wanted to in the contract.
Well, they call it right of refusal, don't they? That's what I'll just say.
Yeah.
I'll just say we have the first right of refusal for any recurring deals. It's a lot of ours. A lot of recurring deals or any extra offers. You have to come to us first, and so we can refuse it if we don't want it.
Yeah.
We can't rule it out. Like, maybe there is this. This is a weird case because obviously Arcane are now owned by Xbox, and maybe there is some funny business going on there. But
yeah.
It's just shit, man. I don't want to linger on this too long because it's going to take up time. But I just fucking hate this.
I was really looking forward to playing it.
1 year's time, as if a year isn't already enough.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. That was all a lie.
Yeah,
I'm going to keep it for another year.
it sucks. Like, I've genuinely like said like how I was pretty excited to get my hands on it this month, and yeah, no, it sucks. I mean, we'll wait and see how it develops, but I think our take is, and probably most people's take is, yeah, it's probably not coming for a little while, probably 6+ months, I would imagine.
Yeah.
What is that? Got attacked by something.
Fly?
Yeah. I thought it was a spider
Did I tell you where I
dangling
stayed
there.
this weekend?
No, you didn't. No.
I stayed in an off-grid like shepherd's hut.
Yo, did you kill anyone? Were you laying low for a while? What'd you do?
This is a true crime podcast. You got to find me. No, I didn't do anything, man. I mean, I did kill a handful of bugs.
Nice.
But it was like, you know, it was like a single room. We stayed with, you know, some family. And it's just funny because we went to this off-grid place, but we were like packed all of our electronics, like portable batteries and,
Yeah.
you know, like wireless lamps and whatever.
Fucking boomers.
I can't be bothered with this. And we had to go to, like the toilet. It was like a little shack. Like you had to go outside.
Oh, an old school
was
shack. Nice.
Yeah. And it was like, it wasn't like a toilet. It was just like a flat piece of wood that you sat on. It was like a poo hole.
You essentially just poo in a hole. Yeah.
But it's a compost toilet. There's no flushing.
Do you have to like throw sawdust
It's
on
just
it?
a bag. We had to throw sawdust on it. And it said 1 scoop per poop. And I haven't been able to get that out of my head since I read it.
1 scoop per poop. Right, I fucking sung about that.
Yeah. And then, so this is where I was going with this. That after all of the week, like it occurred to me that at the end of the weekend that someone's going to need to pick up my bag of shit and do something with it.
Oh, God. And no one wants to do that.
Nobody. But I mean, they must be
shits.
earning bank, like a lot of money. Like it's literally on their pot of land. Like now you have like a whole field.
Yeah.
It's tucked away in the corner.
They probably use it
Anyway,
to like fertilize their crops.
Maybe.
But
Yeah,
genuinely,
that's a good point.
Yeah, I genuinely think that's.
Creating life.
I genuinely think they
second
probably
time.
do.
Yeah.
Not even a joke.
All right. Well, okay. Let's get into the news. First thing. So this has kind of ended up being a twofold story because the first thing, this happened early last week. So this is all old news. But Saudi Arabia approved Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard, and I kind of want to get this out of the way because everybody's sick of the Activision Blizzard stuff. But that's great. Saudi Arabia, you're woke.
Yeah. You guys are all right. Yeah.
You guys are all right. Yeah. So that happened. And then following that, do you know who's not all right? The UK
PlayStation.
government.
Oh.
Yo.
I thought no. I thought they were going to whine again on Twitter or something. That's why I thought you were going about it. Sorry, I wasn't just like fucking just.
Yo.
Yeah, I wasn't just throwing shade for like no reason. So they got all buttered up.
That is true. That is true. And I think, do you know what? I think it was, no, was it? I think it might have been in relation to the CMA. The CMA is the UK's competition and market authority. So, you know, trade regulators, essentially, you know.
Yeah.
And they've decided they're going to further probe the Actiblizz deal. Okay, fair enough. No big surprise. Apparently, I think New Zealand's doing the same thing. There's another country that, or maybe Belgium, I can't remember. That's pulled out my ass. Doing like further probes into it, which is like, you know, probably expected. From what I've read, you know, it was expected that this would be the case. And I guess the big takeaway is that the CMA seemed to be very concerned about Sony. It was just kind of weird. Like, I wish I had actually taken a screenshot of what they said. But it was something along the lines of like, oh, like it's really concerning that they're going to make some of this content exclusive. What are you laughing at?
My phone just lit up because I got another message, and my last message from you unread was, "I need a coffee and a massive shit." I never read it. It's
They
made
go
me laugh.
hand in hand. Yeah. What was I saying?
Sorry.
It was a fucking no, it's okay. It's a fucking
They were being like overly
there,
nice to
almost
Sony.
there. Got it. Got it. Yeah. So they were saying, oh, like, yeah, what if they make all of this exclusive? Look at Bethesda. They were like, before they said they weren't going to make any of it exclusive, and then they've said they're going to make Starfield and Redfall, and according to their public comments, they're going to make Elder Scrolls exclusive as well. So they're a bunch of liars, and it's like. Nobody ever said like it was just so weird to see them like really trying like bending over backwards to be like I know this is their job, so they're just trying to play it safe, but they brought up Sony in a very vulnerable capacity, which I understand. Microsoft are huge, they're obviously bigger than Sony, but Sony are like they're still the lead. Like they're still in the lead, and the reason they didn't really bring Nintendo into it is because they said, COD isn't really on Switch, so they don't stand to lose as much as PlayStation does. Yeah, right, exactly. I mean, we all saw how Apex went, and that was a nightmare.
Yeah,
still have dreams about it.
Yeah.
So that all happened. It was a bit of a nightmare, and then as a result, Xbox made a statement, in reply to that, to the CMA's comments and further probing, and they did confirm, kind of inadvertently, that COD, Diablo, and Overwatch would all be Games Pass day one on all consoles, and that they are committed to keeping them day one on all consoles. So
yeah,
that essentially draws the line through any timed exclusivity. And so, so that's essentially so a lot of people have been saying that the CMA is being really overprotective of Sony. I mean, thoughts, like, what's going on? Why?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like most of this, the time this deal has gone on, all that's happened is Sony has just been painted in a very vulnerable light. And it's just like you said, it's not like, I don't know, that it's not so stark difference between Xbox and Sony, and it's just like, I don't get it. In the video game market especially, like, Sony have been killing it over Xbox for years now, and it's just like, now they're playing the wounded puppy, and it's just like, all right, come on. Like,
well, if you remember when we last spoke, because remember they were like, oh, there's nothing we could make that would ever compete with COD. Like, it would be it's a genre in and of itself. It's like the years of the real life console wars shit.
Yeah, it's insane, especially when they have stuff like Bug Snacks. Actually, we have Bug Snacks now as well.
But they had it first, and
it was a massive console seller. So. All that stuff is kind of BS, because I know for a fact that as popular as COD is, it's not even close to what it used to be, and things are popping up all the time that are bigger and better than COD. All these free to play like BRs and stuff like that are booming over. Well, not bigger than COD, but they're like, they're on equal footing essentially. They're not that far off. So I don't know. I just feel like it's just a very cheap card to play. But
it makes me wonder, like, what's more, like, I don't know. It depends what metric we're talking about, but I assume they're talking about profits, because that's all that matters in this godforsaken fucking world.
Yeah.
Like Minecraft and Fortnite, like. Okay, fair enough. Xbox do own Minecraft. However, they haven't fucked with any of the exclusivity on it, and it took them ages to actually get it on Game Pass. Like, do you know what I mean?
We haven't done anything with Minecraft. It would be like them being... Huh? I said Xbox have barely done anything with Minecraft.
Exactly. I mean, arguably, like, not enough. Like, they've actively worked against themselves to leverage it for their own platform.
Yeah.
So there's a precedent for it, but all of this is like conveniently, brushed aside. And, again, just to reiterate, I obviously do not know better than regulatory boards. I'm just sitting here as a little boy in a hoodie talking about video games.
It's truth. Yeah, everything he said was true. I'm not that little,
actually. 6'2". Does the audience know we're quite tall boys?
I don't think so. No.
Because I think we're quite scary.
Yeah. You're a little bit more intimidating than me. I'm kind of like a stick insect. But
But I'm wearing glasses. Oh, dude. I had something crazy happen yesterday. And maybe I'll save it and see how we're doing for time.
Yeah, save it.
It was like a possible kidnapping that I had to intervene with.
Yo.
In real life.
Fucking
real life.
Subscribe for that shit.
Subscribe.
There's a plane going over my house, so I apologise in advance. if my mic picks it up.
Next time, can you just fly your laser?
Yeah, I'll just call the airlines and make sure no one takes off or lands during my podcasting time.
Yeah. Hi, this is Tim from the Quick Resume podcast.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't know who that is?
Yeah.
Just don't go over this flight path, all right?
You know who I am. Yeah.
I have 31 subscribers.
Yo, I thought we had 32.
So I think maybe someone unsubscribed.
Oh, no.
Like, we're gone 2 weeks, 1 week, and somebody fucking leaves. You
It's
know what
ridiculous, man.
I'm trying my best out here. We've got full-time jobs, you know?
Yeah.
Okay,
God's sake.
what should we go to next? Okay, so we did that. Great.
Yeah.
I'm going to skim over some of the little stuff as well, because I've got them like in the middle of my notes. I'm like frantically scrolling up and down because I recorded them like as they arrived, arrived throughout the week. Microsoft I don't know if they re-registered it, but they registered the Xcloud trademark, and I can only hope that they're going to start using that branding again.
I hope so. Maybe they heard us. Maybe they watched our episode and they were like,
We are
yo,
influential. Yeah.
this shit has 72 views. We need to switch it back to Xcloud before this gets out of hand.
The public has spoken.
That's ridiculous. Philly's just like, I'm just going to sit here on refresh and see if this podcast blows up. You guys get to work on the branding.
Yeah. But it's so much better. Xcloud it's like classy. Do you know what I mean? Xcloud, I like that.
It just, you immediately associate it with Xbox and cloud gaming. Like,
tell me a brand that you associate X with.
porn.
I don't know. Yeah, What's that? Babe Station. I might have just outed myself.
Babe Station. Yo, throw back to when we were 15. Let's go.
Oh. Okay. I didn't want that to be public. Oh well, we're here now.
No, I just meant just in general being a 15-year-old.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about a friend actually. Not you, a different friend.
That's cool. Yeah,
For the record.
Next story, dude. Next story.
Yeah. So we talked about the Xbox Game Pass family plan, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
And it was being tested in Ireland and somewhere else. Can't remember. Mexico? Don't remember. Sorry. And the pricing looks really good, really strong. We were like, wow, amazing value. Because they're just testing it. It's not rolled out yet. But now it's been rolled out on like a preview basis in those places. So people are using it. And they named it, well, it was leaked, and then they named it the Xbox Game Pass Friend and Family Plan, which is great because that means I don't have to break into, like the City Hall and alter records to make you my legal brother again. I didn't really want to do that a second time.
Yeah.
Because it's for friends now.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Yeah, friends. I guess we got to cross that line and become friends though. That would help.
That's true. Should we start a podcast or something? Maybe that might help.
Maybe, yeah. Let's just start with a beer first or something. We'll just go out for a drink and just see how we vibe. And then we'll see.
Okay. No, that sounds good to me, man. I think you're a pretty cool guy. You are a bit annoying sometimes.
I think you're like
I think overall
okay.
you're pretty cool.
So
yeah, best. On a good day.
I think you're a pretty good Winston.
What's happening next? Tokyo Game Show, Tim.
Well, yeah.
I don't even know. Whatever. I was about to say, I don't even know why we bother bringing stuff like this up because we did the same thing for Gamescom, and we were like, I hope something will happen, and then it doesn't. We're like, oh, nothing happened, and then we move on to the next game show.
Although Gamescom was still pretty fire, but just not in terms of Xbox. I mean, we got Liza P coming Games Pass day one. Unfortunately, that was 2023. So that kind of blows. But that was still pretty hype to know that was coming Games Pass.
Yeah, Opening Night Live was good with Jeff Keighley. I thought that was I had a good time with that. And Xbox's show was just nothing happened. It was just an update on all the service games. Although, it's just fan service rather than actual announcements, which is what we should always expect. That's fine.
Yeah.
But just to read you from the page, from the Xbox Wire post around what to expect for the Tokyo Game Show on September the 15th, so it's only 2 weeks away. Expect updates on existing titles from Xbox Game Studios and titles from developer partners that we hope will delight players here in Japan, across Asia, and around the world. Now, to be fair, this is probably going to be a bigger one in terms of announcements because so many games skip Xbox. So, this could actually be like, oh, this game series is going to come to Xbox now, whereas I wouldn't have expected it to before.
Yeah. I think so, yeah. I mean, it'll probably just be, some more sort of announcements to help with that Japanese market and getting our presence over there as well. I guess there wouldn't be much more to show on things like, the Persona collection and all that, because that was shown and got a release date, so...
Might get another trailer for it.
Yeah, might get another trailer. But, yeah.
Are there any, do you know of any other Japanese games which haven't come to Xbox that you would otherwise play, or are you not that deep into it?
I mean, I can't think of any off the top of my head that are exclusive to PlayStation aside from your Final Fantasies. But no, I can't think of anything particularly exclusive JRPG that I wanted to play and figured out is only on PlayStation. I mean, I don't know what their allegiance is with something like Genshin. Maybe we'll see Genshin come to Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
That could be kind of cool, and that would actually be kind of hype because I would like to play Genshin. So, but
one of our friends would bloody love Genshin, wouldn't he?
Yeah, dude, yeah, he'd lose all of his bodily fluids.
If you're out there, Jake, I'm talking about you.
Yeah. So, and actually, yeah, but again, without knowing how Sony have tied down anything with it, or because it's PC and Sony at the moment. Who knows? Maybe we will see that, and if it does come, maybe it will just be one of those shitty. It's on PC Games Pass, and it just cucks the consoles again. But who knows? You good?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just listening to your... I was just listening to our feedback on the thing just to make sure everything's coming through okay.
Does something sound odd?
Okay. No, it's okay. I think I went back to when maybe the plane was going overhead, and I was fucking really confusing me. I was like, where's that coming from? I was like, is it in my ear? Is it from you? Is it from...
Yeah, I do apologise for that. I'll try and mute my mic if any more planes come overhead, but yeah.
No, it wasn't that bad. It's just it just really...
Oh, speaking of which...
Oh, look at him go. Look at... He's good at what he does, isn't he? The other thing I was going to mention was Neo. However, Neo was, of course, published by, I think, Sony in the West, in America, and Europe, whatever. And I think it was Koei Tecmo everywhere else. Might be wrong, but I feel like that was the case. Oh, no. Sony just... Oh, yeah. In Japan, published by Koei Tecmo. Everywhere else, Sony. So it's unlikely. However, MLB happened. So,
true.
We'll see.
But there's been so many Neos now. Has there been 3 or just 2? I can't remember. Just 2, I think, actually.
I think there's been 2, yeah.
And we haven't seen the light of any of them. So if it does happen, it'll be like a collection sort of thing, like Persona.
Yeah.
But yeah. I've seen my brother play Neo, and it looked pretty damn cool. So that would also be kind of awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, no problem. Cool. All right, let's see what's next then. Zip around my notes, figure out what's going to... Oh, this was another small thing that really flew under the radar. I didn't see anybody talking about. But I think this was an... When was that? I don't even know where this was. Oh, it was Opening Night Live, I think. Yeah, it was. It wasn't mentioned on the show, but it came out afterwards. That Alexa was getting a game control feature that's being marketed on the Dead Island 2 website that allows players to use voice controls to interact with their game. Dying Light 2 being the first game to support this. Does that sound similar, Tim?
Did you say Dying Light 2? Do you mean Dead Island 2?
I meant Dead Island 2, yes.
Okay, yeah. So Dead Island 2 is going to support Alexa features.
It's going to support Alexa features, yeah.
So have they haven't defined any more, just saying it's going to support Alexa in some way.
Well, what they said is allows players to use voice controls to interact with their game. Yeah, there's no specifics.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about this. Not great, in all honesty. But then my stance on it was based on the fact that we had to purchase like a completely separate product, like a Kinect or whatever PlayStation use, to be able to do this sort of thing. So, Alexa, most people might have in their house already, so it's not really coming out of pocket for the user to be able to enable these features. So it's essentially just like a free thing, isn't it? Got another plane going over, so that's great. So many planes. Like, actually, I feel like
they're coming to visit you. Is it your legions of fans?
Yeah, they're all just landing in my garden. It's crazy. It's pretty mayhem outside. So I guess that's kind of cool. Yeah, and I guess it just depends on how it's done, I guess. Will it just be like, you could turn it on, but be careful not to shout because you'll attract zombies? But then that would be really annoying.
Yeah.
Because
a game used that, didn't it? Was it like the first Alien Isolation or something?
Oh, I think it was like something in... I think you could do a little bit of that in Dead Island. Too many zombie games in Dead Rising 3. Something like that. And then Rise had the thing where you could like shout, and it would like shout at people, and it would like rally your troops and stuff like that. You'd be like, "Roar!" And it would just fucking sack up, man.
On the street. Fuck you, man. Yeah.
So
what are you wearing?
Yeah, I guess it's kind of cool. It's an optional feature, and it's being woven into stuff that is already in people's houses. So it's hard to really... I just hope they're not spending too much dev time on it, because it's gimmicky at best. Let's be real.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the interesting thing, I suppose, because I'm looking at the on the screenshot I've got on the notes, Tim, the examples that they've used on the website, which I really wish I could send to you with ease, but I can't figure out a way to do it, because there's a guy who...
Look at that guy's face.
Yeah, I wanted you to just put that as the background, because he's
show
like
me
proper
the
into
nearest
it.
quest.
Yeah, show me the nearest quest, select my most powerful weapon. So they're just examples, right? Why is he so buzzed about seeing the nearest quest? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no one talks like that.
And also, how is that any easier than like glancing at a map?
Yeah, or just like pulling up my weapon wheel and selecting my weapon. Like, select my most powerful weapon. No.
I guess this is like, I think this is maybe
in the game.
Yeah. Hey, not yet. Anyway, wait and see. It's nicer that everybody like kind of has this now, and people don't have to buy it and be forced into doing it. Like we were with Kinect a little bit, because as much as it's easy to be like, oh, this is all just a gimmick. Like, I mean, yes, because I don't think we ever got to a place where voice was integrated well enough that it really made like a good experience or changed the way you experienced the game. Like I think a lot of people would say the same about like VR, and then Half-Life Alyx came along. I would have probably said the same thing about FMV until I played Immortality. Right? I was like, why would you do that? Why would you just film people? Just go make a film if you want to do that.
Yeah.
But it just kind of all clicks into place and it works. So really, you just need a game needs to find a use case for it. But if it's just going to be the occasional game being like, you can select your missions by saying, Alexa, go to quest 1. It's like, what is the point of that?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I said, it's just right now at this point in time, it's gimmicky at best. So it's just like just fine. You can shoehorn it in if you want, but like just don't waste too much time on it. It's not necessary until it develops more and it actually becomes kind of cool. But then it just, I don't know, it just never will be. Like, voice will never be more efficient than me just holding my left bumper and going into my weapon wheel and choosing my weapon. Like that takes me a millisecond, whereas saying it doesn't. Plus, it's effort.
Well, I think that there must be some tipping point somewhere, otherwise these smart assistants wouldn't be useful. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can make the same argument about smart lights and just clicking a switch. Like, yeah, you can argue there's proximity there rather than getting up to a switch, but like that's why a tipping point exists.
Yeah, but it's different because a smart light you can just like tell it to turn on your living room light while you're in the bathroom or while you're not in the room. Whereas gaming, you're already sat there and engaged, so pressing buttons is quicker than using your voice.
Well, that's
I'm not going to be in the toilet having a piss and just be like, show you my nearest quest. It's not.
That's what I mean. It's what makes it. It's what makes it a double-edged like sword, I think, because I think to really engage with a piece of technology like this for a game, you have to like fully embrace it. It has to be an integral part of the game. Like, for example, you know, if you had a game where you're essentially running two things at once. Well, let's just throw out an example. Like, let's say you're playing a cook, right? And you're managing your kitchen, and you're chopping stuff on the board, and you're doing your stuff, and then on the gamepad, like, yeah, you could turn around and go over to the hobs and sort this out, and you could go over to the oven and sort this out, or you could simply shout the thing out while you're chopping the carrot, and as a result, you do two things at once. It's kind of a multitasking thing. I think it could potentially work for.
I didn't hear any of that. I had to take off my headset. My little nephew, literally 2 years old, just came into my room and was just like, cake. We're having cake. And I was like...
That is exciting.
I was like, that's adorable, but I'm busy. So then, I don't know if you saw, but I threw something at him. And then I didn't. So no, I just had to just deal with that. But I couldn't hear him, so I took my headsets off. I didn't hear anything.
No, that's fine. In summary, I was saying, imagine a game where you're playing a cook and you're like cutting stuff up, and like you could then go over to the oven and do something. You could go over to the hob and do something. You could go over to the pass, or while you're cutting, you could be like, make sure you set oven to the while you're communicating with your team. It's a fucking weird example. I don't know why this came to my head, but it was like a multitasking thing, basically. If you can use your voice to do something, it's the same reason why we listen to podcasts while we do chores.
Yeah,
like your voice is another format of input, right? So yeah, using your voice as a replacement for something like I can do with a button, that's where people start to feel like it's a gimmick, I think. But if it's integral to it, then it could work. But like you said, that becomes a problem because the technology, I mean, it's okay. It's not perfect, is it? We've all had problems with it, you know, thinking you've said some shit that you didn't say.
But then integrating it as well also has its issues because, you know, some people they want to kind of just lie down on their sofa and play games lazy and use controller and buttons. They're not going to want to just boot up a game, slouching out on their sofa, enjoying their time, and then realise they have to shout to use a certain mechanic in the game. You know, it's just annoying. Yeah, like regardless of whether you can do it with a button or not, they're like, it's just like, then you're just turned off because you're like, oh, I can't do this with a button. I have to shout. I don't feel like shouting. So
no, people are asleep in my house. I don't want to do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, fine by me. Yeah, like you said, by all means, experiment with it. But don't get too excited. Okay, next up, Tim. Sony is being sued for £5 billion. The UK, £5 billion.
Yeah.
We could be due some money. Me and you.
We could. Although we bought those games on a massive discount. We didn't buy them full price. So
shut up, man. Look, this is what I'm going to read you the headline. Sony PlayStation being sued for $5 billion amid claims it ripped off 9 million consumers. Honestly, like, I don't know.
No, it's like horse shit.
Like, it's... it was essentially that prices would... The thing is, from what I saw, the claim was very light on detail, so people ran with it because it was to do with inflated prices in the PlayStation Store, but I don't know what that means. What, are you going to sue them for 70 quid games? Are you going to sue Activision? going to sue EA for 70, or is it more to do with the whole cross-gen thing, charging people for upgrades? I don't know. Like, it's just there's not enough specifics to really go into it. But I mean, we all know Sony have been sus with some of their pricing strategies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't really think that's up for debate. I think there's no point defending stuff going up in price when other people aren't.
Yeah, they're kind of the only people that have made that jump to 70 already, haven't they? And pretty clearly and quite often. No one else has done that yet, have they?
Yeah, but there's just been repeated efforts to just do little things for money instead of eating the cost, like the PS5, price increase, which we'll come on to next. But there was the whole upgrading Horizon for an extra $10.
And Spider-Man costs like $20 to fucking upgrade. It's just a joke.
I paid to upgrade, and then obviously the controversy around The Last of Us Part 1 remaster, which just came out, which hands together for Naughty Dog as per usual. But it reviewed pretty well. I think it's on 88 on OpenCritic at the moment. But there is some fair criticism and around paying 70 quid for a game that's already had 2 remasters. Yeah. Nobody's forcing you to buy it, but like it's a questionable pricing strategy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Hello?
I think I had a bit of a hiccup with my connection, yeah. Am I back?
Yeah,